All right. Welcome, Ink and Gelato teams. First of all, we're super excited that Ink's data is now fully live on Dune. And thanks to Gelato's team for making this happen so fast and smoothly. So this is our ongoing spotlight series where we highlight some of our partners and talk about what's going on in their ecosystem and talk about the recent data integration that we had together. First of all, can you two please give us a quick one to two sentences introducing about what your company does and what your role is within the company? And Andrew, if you can please go from Ink side.
Hey, yeah, I'm Andrew. I've been at Kraken about 6 years, and Kraken unleashed this project that we're calling Ink. And I'm the founder of it and wearing many hats right now. And we're heavily focused on DeFi to create this very like seamless and easy to use experience centered around UX, security, and privacy, and enabling builders with as many tools as we can to just quickly make some kind of amazing financial products that are typically reserved for some smaller segment of the population in a transparent way. At Inc, it's kind of hard to describe in the early days here, but much like many on my team, are wearing a ton of hats right now. So basically, leading all kind of like product and engineering, and then also a lot of BD and ecosystem growth. So that's why, honestly, that's why Dune was so important for us, because from day one, we're able to quickly see, how much is being bridged, what users are doing. We're having a lot of outreach on Twitter where people are looking at the dashboards and informing some decisions that we're making, and maybe some insights that we're not even catching. So it was essential because like Inc really wants to create this seamless onboarding experience for all 10 million clients at Kraken. And so that means leveraging what blockchain is best at, which is all of its transparency, and providing all that tooling as ability to everybody on chain. They can see exactly what's going on, provide us feedback on what we're building, so then we can keep that feedback loop going. And we've already seen a roadmap change with some insights that we've gotten on Twitter, so it's been pretty cool.
That's amazing to hear. And on that note, Dro, if you can tell us a little bit about Gelato and this partnership, how is Gelato playing into the whole picture here?
Yeah, sure. My name is Joel. I am the head of product at Gelato. Gelato is a roll-up as a service platform. We empower builders, developers, and teams to run their own roll-up on chain. And we make sure that they have all these services and tools that they need from the CEO, right? And how Gelato fits in this partnership. Gelato enables to run their chain. We run the chain, and of course that then we provide the private RPCs for Dune, so you can guys get all the information to prepare those beautiful dashboards uh, that you are enabling.
Perfect. Thank you, Joel. Andrew, I know you mentioned that you loved using Dune's insight for making decisions for products and a lot of things. But prior to integrating with Dune, what made you choose to, start thinking about working with Dune, and how did your relationship with Gelato impact any of that to decision making internally?
Yeah, I think Dune, quite frankly, is like that's the go-to dashboard and analytics tooling that everybody uses out there. So number one, it's already extremely familiar, and we use it internally. We've been using it for a very long time now. So we were all hyped up on pursuing this because we know the quality of data. And then I think from the beginning, it's always been really fun just collaborating with Gelato, because it's like anything that we want to integrate, Gelato's right there, and it's just like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Um, so the I've said this before in other contexts, but it's really nice standing up an L2 and being able to focus on what do we want to build internally for our clients, and not have to worry about standing up teams to do all these different things. So that's why, Gelato, Dune are essential as kind of like core partnerships and what our L2 is. Because we really just, we want that seamless UX for a secure on-chain experience. And this allows us to just like kind of offload that to the awesome tools out there. And yeah, we love it.
And I like you mentioned that Gelato provide all of these tools and infrastructure for layer twos. Dro, if you can talk to us about the Gelato marketplace, what do you have there and what tools are available for L2s?
Yeah, sure. So I always like to say that at Gelato, we are obsessed with our customers. We want to provide the best product, the best services. And when the customer come to us to run their own chain, so oftentimes they require some services or tools that we don't natively support. That's when we created the Gelato marketplace, where we partner with the best in class solutions that are out there. And of course, it is no brainer. It is not a secret that Dune is the best in class when it comes to on-chain analytics. So yeah, on the Gelato marketplace, you will find many providers that you will need to run your chain or you want to extend your chain. And it's quite easy, it's just one click or two clicks away to integrate in it and extremely fast.
Perfect. I'm sure this tool is super valuable to a lot of your customers, and a lot of people are seeing great insights after they integrate with Dune. And for Ink, I know you mentioned there were some decisions made. Can you give us some specific examples that these metrics impacted your decision?
Um, let's see, maybe not specifics yet, but more like kind of high level. Because we we really accelerated the timeline of our L2, and that's a huge help by Gelato in that because like again, we did not have to worry about too much. That was all just like taken care of in collaboration. But we accelerated it and felt like we didn't really want to wait for how you can maybe spend like a year trying to get everything perfect. And we felt that perfection was going to be the enemy of us just like putting something in the world and seeing what kind of feedback is. So we did this right before Christmas. We knew it was going to be like a little slow as we're, getting our bearings straight and seeing how things look. But of the data, we're seeing which bridges are being used. We're seeing just blanket how much is being bridged. And then we didn't have any stables to start because we did tether a big launch with tether yesterday, but we didn't have any stables to start. We saw this kind of organic movement forming around USDC.E, and we were able to with Dune be able to see like where USDC.E was being used of some of these organic projects popping up. So it really helped us kind of like inform like we need to double down on the UX that we're always talking about and make sure that for the next 6 months we are really making this UX easy so that there's a one-click experience to get your stables over onto Ink because that's clearly where again informed by Dune that there's a lot of activity already happening.
For Gelato, do you see this kind of as an ongoing format for future blockchains if they were to build on top of Gelato's infrastructure? Do you see a lot of demands for using Dune after they integrate with Gelato?
Absolutely. I would say that 99% of like, the leads that are coming, they always require, or they always ask for Dune. I think that is the go-to um, analytics platform there. And I think that, as Andrew said, like it's like you launch your products. It doesn't matter what type of product it is, but you always need to iterate. You always need to learn from the data, and that's what Dune does the best. Right? It's like this is empowering all of our customers to learn how the users are using the protocol, how the users are using the chain, and how they can iterate to succeed.
Perfect. And now I have a question for both of you. What do you think is the most exciting part from this partnership that's not just for Ink and Gelato, but maybe potentially for the entire industry or the blockchain space in general?
So like you alluded to with the API, if there's more developers that can be using this in their applications, you know, on the Ink side, what we're developing is like we want to make sure that it feels like there is just this kind of almost Web 2 experience where you're logging into like almost like a neobank, and that is your access to everything on chain. And it just one click everything. It doesn't feel like you have 50 pop-ups from a browser extension or something like that. So I think developers can start leveraging the Echo API and more things from Dune to start embedding that directly in your applications so that much like we want to show like all data to all users in this kind of like neobank experience, other applications can start doing that too and show that, okay, you're going to this DEX or you're going to whatever protocol XYZ, and they're already maybe funneling some of the data that they're pulling from Dune in their own kind of format in their own way. And then users can make their own informed decisions of how they want to interact with somebody's product, or they can help use that data to funnel them to some new feature. Um, I think, again, like I said before, the one of the most awesome things about blockchain is all the transparency, right? Like we can all interact with it and make our own informed decisions. So hopefully like all developers just keep embracing that and funnel that data besides just having like a chart where you have to kind of like think, and like, nobody wants to do that and do their own analysis. So hopefully people can start like doing some regression and provide this data in a digestible way.
Yeah,
Joe,
as a user, I'm looking forward to that. I'm a fan of Dune and an avid user of the in chain. But from the infrastructure provider point of view, I'm looking forward to replicate this. It's like Ink going to mainnet extremely fast, and Dune already been there from the day zero. I think that was amazing. I think that we just need to replicate that and push the whole industry to move at that speed. And I'm pretty sure that we will achieve a lot in the upcoming months.
Yes, we need more acceleration in crypto. Like, don't wait for perfection. Let's do it.
That's
amazing. Amazing. And we love transparency. We love accessibility within the crypto space. And I want to ask both of you, maybe more specifically, a question for Andrew. Um, what do you think Dune so far has made that data accessible to your users, but across different distribution channels, let's say?
Um, so yeah, I mean, like I said, we have over 100,000 users in our Discord, and we have like different tiers of how you can kind of communicate in there. There's the general stuff, and then it kind of gets deeper and deeper into like a little bit more refined and people that are kind of digging into this. So almost daily, I wake up and I see messages from data on chain, and so like sometimes they can be really nasty, and it's like, oh, you don't have this done, you don't have this, and I love that too. Even though you kind of like get emotional for a second, it's like, oh, this guy's pointing out a bunch of stuff. But again, it just helps us make informed decisions. And I think users are also making their own informed decisions based on like, do I want to bridge here? Do I want to do this? There's obviously a lot more of like, hey, Ink's really early. This is amazing. Like, look at these spikes in activity. Let's get in early. And so I think we're loving seeing that. And we want to build in the open. Dune obviously is like a open analytics platform that anybody can kind of like go like make their own analysis on. So it's very thematically like aligned with us.
And where do you see your users sharing those insights? Or when they see the data, where do they kind of let you guys know? Do you see that out in the open as well? Or is it more through team DMs?
It's a little bit of everything. I think it's more in the open though. So like something I've loved to see is um something in crypto, like when there's new L2 or project, you get some really enthusiastic people that just love data and they just start like, blogging about it or making tweet threads about it. And so there's been a lot in the open where people are just doing analytics on Ink and they're just like making tweet threads, they're tagging us. And it's super valuable feedback.
Perfect. Um, what feedback have you received then from your users? Can you tell us one of the most interesting feedback or feedback that you guys actually considered into your roadmap building?
It was mainly the stables, like didn't have anything lined up to start. And that's why we accelerated it because you can look all across the ecosystem and there's stables obviously being used everywhere right now, not just on Ink, across any chain. And, you know, just by seeing people get really hungry about like, hey, we want more. We see this activity of, like I said, the bridged USDC, but there's got to be more. There's got to be more that Ink can do for us to, enable that flow. So when we started seeing people reach out to us about, hey, where's the stables? That kind of lit a fire under us and was like, okay, I think we can make this an easier experience. And I think we have a lot more to come that I can't really share yet that would enable like easy, stable experiences on Ink.
Totally understand. And Joel, for Gelato, what do you think this is a trend for other projects as well? Does this support your mission in, continuing building Gelato's infrastructure support for your own services?
Of course, at Gelato, we are on a mission to make it blockchain accessible, abundant, easy. So we want everybody to be able to build on chain. So we are on a way of making it happen.
Amazing. If you guys have to summarize the impact of this partnership in one sentence, what would it be? What would you say to other blockchains, to people out there looking at this integration and thinking about it?
Transparency is king, and don't be afraid of any critical feedback.
Okay, we love that. Joel, for you?
I will say that you will get a better onboarding times and a better price to get you into your chain through the Gelato marketplace.
Love
So
it. Very, very
stop
it's
shopping
very
around,
yes.
go to gelato.network, launch your rollup with one click in 5 minutes, get Dune right away, and start to bring people on chain.
All right, amazing call to action. And thank you both today. We love to see more dashboards on Ink blockchain as well as more blockchains building on Gelato. And hopefully they can all see benefits of this collaboration and continue choosing Gelato and Dune together as a partner. And also we love to see more people building on Ink with Dune's Echo API as well. Thank you so much again and looking forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.